Just a really quick video for you today, guys. I'm hoping to get this in under 5 minutes, so we'll see. I needed to make some more homemade deodorants. So I thought while I make it, I'll record it. It's only got a couple of ingredients that you've usually got in the cupboard. You can add essential oils to fragrance it, whichever you like, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, it's really easy. I'll turn my camera around to face the table so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, what you're going to need is some corn flour, or in America I think you call this corn starch. It's the white powdery stuff rather than the yellow. Bicarbonate of soda, also known as baking soda, a container to put your deodorant in, something to apply it with. I used to use a piece of like toy wadding. And I've used cotton wool balls as well, but they really deteriorate fast. But I made this like little powder puff, or you could use a powder puff if you can get one. It's just a piece of ribbon and a piece of felt on the back and a piece of fake fur that I've had kicking about for donkey's years. And I've just used some fabric glue to stick all that together and just sandwich the ribbon between the front and the back so that I can put that on my fingers and pat it under my arms. This container is an old talc container, but you can use anything, it doesn't really matter as long as you can get into it really easy. A bowl, a spoon, some essential oils, and I'm going to use a knife, and I'll show you what I'm going to use that for in a minute. So to make it, you want equal quantities of corn flour and baking soda, bicarbonate soda. It doesn't really matter how much you use, it depends on the size of your container. It's just that they're equal quantities. So I'm going to put 3 heaped dessert spoons, tablespoons, into a bowl. Because I've used that first, because that's from the kitchen for cooking, rather than the bicarb first. So I've used the spoon for the corn flour first. This bicarb is not what I use in my kitchen. This is what I use for things like cleaning and dyeing yarns and stuff. So it doesn't matter that I put a corn flour in that, it's not really going to make much difference. So now I want 3 heaped spoons of the baking soda. And the reason I keep it in a jar, I've got a huge tub of it and I'm not lugging out a great bucket full every time I want to use some. So I'm going to give that a mix up. Squidge out any lumps that might have been in the bicarb or the corn flour, especially the bicarb, the baking soda. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be just mixed up, just mix it up roughly. Now I'm going to add my fragrance. You could use that just as it is. It would work perfectly fine as it is with nothing else added. But I like to add some smelly stuff to it. So you can add whatever essential oils you like to it. I like to use a mixture of a small amount of lavender, benzoin, and ylang, whatever you want, however you pronounce it, and a lot of that. So the knife I use to pry off the dropper lids inside the essential oils, because it would drive me crazy just to wait for them all to drip in. The lavender I'll leave on because I don't put a lot of lavender in, but the benzoin and the ylang I like a lot of. So I don't want to sit here for like 10 minutes waiting for drips to go in. So I'm just going to use the knife to pry off the dropper lids. There we go. And I'm just going to pour a wee bit into there. In fact, I'm going to have a wee bit more because I like the benzoin. Nice and vanilla-y. Now I've got all of my hands. That's okay. And the ylang oil. And then a few drops of lavender. I don't like too much lavender in because I don't want it to overpower everything else. Okay. And then just really give that a really good stir. The oils will want to kind of gather in little lumps once they hit the powder, they'll want to, like, I'm making a mess, they'll want to clump together. So you just got to work with the back of your spoon against the side of your bowl and squidge out any lumps. And it might stick to your spoon, so make sure you get any that's stuck to the ball of your spoon. There's a big lump of it there, so I'm just going to scrape that off and use the back of my spoon again to just squidge it out and blend it with the powder. It will work in, it only takes a minute or two. Now give it a smell, see if it needs anything else. I think that's perfectly fine. Then spoon it into your receptacle. I'm covered in it now. This is why I'm always messy by the end of the day. I'm always filthy. I'm always covered in something. And I made a little bit too much. I should have done 2 spoons of each, but that's okay. I'll put it in something else. And then your powder puff. And you just pat it in the powder, pat it under your arms, and you're done. That's it. That's all there is to it. And I'll put the lid on that. And that's another batch ready. This was from Lush. This was gorgeous, but this is about 15 years old, this container. They don't make it anymore. So there we go. Homemade deodorant powder, and it is just powder. I've used the ones where you mix bicarb into some sort of fat base, like coconut oil, or yeah, like a bar. But I found that it tends to build up on your skin, even if you wash really well, and it irritates my skin. In fact, if you're not careful, if you don't, I reckon if you, for some reason, you can't get in the shower on a particular day, and like say you have to go out at 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that, take the time to make sure you really wash this off really well with a flannel or whatever under your arms, because otherwise it will start to build up on your skin, and it tends to irritate, or it irritates my skin anyway, and I come out in a bit of a rash. I'm perfectly fine to use it every single day, but if for whatever reason I've had to dash out in a hurry, or there's been some emergency, it starts to build up on my skin and irritate. So make sure this gets washed off every day. But you can perfectly fine to use this, and I use this every day, so that's fine. So I hope that was helpful and messy. But anyway, yeah, it's really, really simple. These making stuff from scratch at home, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It doesn't have to have 10 million ingredients. You can have literally 2 ingredients. That's all you need. These are just extras. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Okay, bye.